Hey, what is up, guys? So, the iPhone event is done. We know the number of iPhones coming out, 4 of them. And this is me giving you, in very short, the same advice that I would give to my family members and to the general public who are not tech nerds like me, who don't dream day and night about the next best thing in tech and really want this and that particular technological advancements in the device. This is for people who want a good, reliable phone that they can use for a number of years to come. So amongst the iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12, the 12 Pro and Pro Max, which one do I think you guys should get, if at all you're planning to get, and why? So first, let's talk about the non-Pro models, the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12. These two are identical in every way apart from the screen size. So one is the mini, the 5.4 inch, really tiny one, and the other is the 6.1 inch. Everything else is absolutely identical. So which one should you get? First, ask yourself this question. Are you a fan of really tiny phones? Are you transitioning from an iPhone 4, 5, 5S? If that is the case and you still love the feel of the iPhone 5 or the 5S, like I've got the iPhone 5S here, and this is still just amazing. I mean, this size is really good, but personally, I'm a fan of big phones. So if you like that tiny size in your hand, then the iPhone 12 mini is definitely one you should go for. It's $699. It's the cheapest iPhone with the beastly A14, great cameras, the same super retina XDR display, everything, all the bells and whistles, minus the telephoto and the LiDAR that you get on the Pros. But we're not talking about that. Now, the reason I'm telling that you should consider the iPhone 12 mini and the iPhone 12 if you're not a tech nerd is because you are going to make this investment for the next 2, 3, 4 or 5 years and get dependable, solid all-round performance, the camera, the performance of the phone, all in all, and the regular updates that you're going to be getting from Apple. You're going to use it for quite a long time. So not being a tech nerd, not being a hardcore photographer who really pushes the hardware on your phone to the max, you don't need to invest that much. So between the mini and the 12, decide if you want the small form factor, if that's what you're used to, or if you want to go back to that, now you have an option to go for the 12 mini. But if you are transitioning from something which is bigger, say the iPhone 6 or 6S Plus, and you consume a lot of media on your phone, so whether it's watching movies or YouTube, a lot of videos, then the 6.1 inch is definitely going to be a better choice for you. And by spending $100 more, $100 more, it is the best of both worlds between the Pro and the non-Pro. And you can't really call it the non-Pro just because it doesn't have a telephoto and LiDAR. It is still the best and the most value for money, if you ask me. So the iPhone 12 is the best, it's the sweet spot, but it's got everything that the Pros have, barring the telephoto and the LiDAR. And of course, there'll be nitty-gritty differences, maybe in terms of battery performance here and there, but it is the best. And for $799, if you get the iPhone 12, you save enough money. I mean, you're going to be spending $200 more at $999, and that is where you get the iPhone 12 Pro. Same size with just telephoto and LiDAR. So say you get the iPhone 12. With those $200 left over, you can get yourself either 2 HomePod minis and have stereo sound in your house, or you can get yourself a HomePod mini, the MagSafe charger, and a genuine Apple case. So, and you still have money left over. So if you ask me, iPhone 12 is the sweet spot. And this is the advice I would give to my family members as well. They are not tech nerds, nowhere near how much I'm invested in tech. So if they want to go into the iPhone ecosystem and they wanted the latest, I would suggest go for the iPhone 12. Now let's get into the tech nerd territory. And this is not just for tech nerds. I'm talking about the pros now, the iPhone 12 Pro and the Pro Max. I'm talking about two kinds of people here now. One, like me, the tech nerd. I need the latest, and because on the side I'm also a hardcore photographer, I need the best Apple has to offer in terms of their sensor, in terms of their imaging capabilities. So for me, it has to satisfy those needs, and well, that is why my investment in that sense is justified. So one is the tech nerd, and the other is someone who just wants the best, and you can afford to get the Pro or the Pro Max. You can go for it. And obviously you'll be keeping it for at least 2, 3, 4, 5 years, like I said. So that's fine because you'll be getting the best of the best. But the funny thing is, with this year's iPhones, there is more difference between the 12 Pro and the Pro Max than there is between the 12 mini, the 12 and the 12 Pro. And the reason is because with the 12 Pro Max, apart from getting the biggest screen that iPhone has ever given at 6.7 inches, you also get a better low light performance. You get a bigger sensor size at 1.7 micrometers versus 1.6 on the iPhone 12 Pro. So the Pro Max is really, they're going all out with their photography or their imaging capabilities. Now, although, again, you can shoot Dolby Vision HDR on all the 4 models, which is amazing, and you can edit them on the phone as well. But again, for me, I need the absolute best, and I really consume a lot of content from my phone. I sometimes even edit on my phone. So for me, having the bigger screen, having the best sensor, the best Apple has to offer in terms of its video quality and imaging capabilities, I need that. So I think it's very easy for people to not even think about the Pro models. If you're an average user, you don't need to care about the LiDAR and the telephoto. The iPhone 12, the 6.1-inch non-Pro, is the best that you can get. For the tech nerds and the ones who are really into hardcore photography or want the best of the best and you can afford it, you can look to the Pros, but if you don't mind the gigantic size, go for the 12 Pro Max. It is the best Apple has to offer in 2020, leading up to the iPhone 13 Pro series, and we'll see what they do about that. So guys, that's my advice to you. iPhone 12 is out. Of course, there are going to be hefty discounts on the iPhone 11s as well. So obviously that will also be a great deal if you want to go for the 11s. But because throughout the iPhone 12 models, all the 4 models, you get Smart HDR3, you get the better imaging capabilities, you get Dolby Vision HDR video recording right out of camera. If you want that, then why not just shell out a bit more and get the latest? Even if it's non-Pro, it's still going to be epic and definitely a big jump in terms of imaging capabilities over the 11 series. So you have some time to decide. Keep in mind what I said and make the wise decision. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share this video for anyone else who's also as confused as you are in making the decision as to which iPhone to get. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and stay safe.